opinion don't matter. This a maniac is gonna step on whomever.
JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
It's been a very long week, man. A very, very long, tiresome, exhausting week. And I'm still under the weather, which makes it even worse. Try working on a video when you just go into a random coughing attack and you can't stop. But I am getting better. I don't feel ill. It's just that at every twist and turn, I gotta cough up something or I gotta fucking blow my nose. And it's fucking annoying. So, I am getting better, and I am well enough to do my daily activities here on the channel. But what I want to talk about is, due to me being sick, there was a bunch of drama going on at the conclusion of Sunday's episode of Off the Script, this past Sunday. For the first time in ever, I went out of my comfort zone to bring you guys an off-the-script video that did not include me. For the first time ever, I got someone to fill in for me who I thought did a damn good job. Whether you like him or not, I thought he did a damn good job. And I got Rusty to fill in on Sunday's off-the-script. That's a reason why, for those asking me, JD, where's the iTunes version of the podcast? Where's the Podbean, the Audio Boom version of the podcast? I didn't want to upload something that wasn't me on those platforms, so I skipped a week, for those asking me. Rusty filled in for me on Sunday, and it exploded into a fucking massive, unnecessary, drama-filled fucking 5 days. Which led to Joe Cronin getting his Twitter channel, or his Twitter feed, his Twitter page, deleted. Now, it has nothing to do with what happened with Rusty. But it all just kind of snowballed into one thing, led to another thing, led to another thing. I don't feel I owe you guys any explanation as to why I do what I do. I tell you the things that I do because it's my fucking channel. Okay? On Saturday night, the Sunday before Rusty uploaded Off the Script for me, I was at the NYC Center in Queens, New York. And I got the honor and the fucking privilege with Matthew Ryan Shapiro, my partner, for House of Glory, to call Devon Dudley's last match. He was there with Bully Ray. He was there with Broken Matt. He was there with Brother Nero, Jeff Hardy. He was there with Private Party, who is a tag team of Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn in House of Glory. And another team called EYFBO, which they eventually won the House of Glory Tag Team Championships. And the Hardys were the ones defending in this fatal four-way match. I got to call Devon Dudley's last professional wrestling match. And this card also included Leo Rush versus Ken Broadway. Leo Rush of Ring of Honor. Top prospect of Ring of Honor. Correct? I got to call a fucking title match with Eddie Edwards, the TNA World Champion, in which the TNA fucking title was draped right across my lap for the entire fucking match. Broken Matt and his outfit was draped right across my lap during the main event. Matt came up to me and said it was great to see me again, loyal soldier. It was an absolutely unbelievable, memorable night in which I blew my fucking voice out. I was sick, and I called the event with every last fucking drop of goodness that I had left in me. I called that event the very best that I could, coughing, spitting up shit, stuffed nose, probably a fucking fever. I went in there and I gave you 100%. And as the night ended, I had no fucking voice because I was going to give it my all. I woke up on Sunday morning feeling like fucking garbage. Absolute fucking garbage. I could not talk. I could not fucking get up off the couch because I fell asleep on the couch. Then I had to go run an errand for my father. And I love my father, and I don't want to disrespect him. I drove to my job, sat in traffic on a Sunday morning to go get a ring that he wanted me to buy for my mother for Christmas. I then delivered the ring to him in the morning, and he gave me my part of whatever he owed me for the ring, and my brothers all chipped in. We got my mother a nice ring for Christmas, which she doesn't know. It's going to be a surprise. I went home, and while I was doing all of this, sick, I was in communication with Rusty, saying, dude, I can't do off the script today. I tweeted, I can't do off the script today. So instead of not getting you any video, I said, you know what? I don't want to leave my good people, my subs, my followers without an off the script. They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't blow their voice out. It's not their fault. I want to get them a video. Whether it's me or somebody else, I want to get them a video for part 3 of Off the Script on Sunday. And I wanted it immediately. Do you know why I wanted it immediately? Because Roadblock was happening at fucking 7 p.m. I needed it hours in an opportune time right before Roadblock. Because how I work and how I operate, I didn't want to upload Off the Script 2, 3, even 4 hours before Roadblock. I didn't want that. I wanted it up in the afternoon. 1 p.m., 1:30, the latest. It's usually up at 11. So what did I do? I reached out to Rusty. Bro, I want to give you an opportunity. I want you to be on Off the Script. I sent him all my notes. He was fucking flabbergasted by all the fucking notes that I take every single week. Complimented me immediately. You know, now I know how much work goes into Off the Script every single week. You're a beast. And I do put a lot of work into this shit, whether you believe it or not. I do. To sit here for close to 4 hours every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, collectively. It's a lot of fucking work, man. I could be doing something. I could be sleeping right now. I'm still fucking ill. I could be playing, I don't know. I could be playing something with the guys on PS4. I could be gaming. I could be playing Final Fantasy that I didn't open yet. I could be playing Tomb Raider on Twitch. Whatever the fuck I got that I didn't open yet. Last of Us Remastered I just bought. I could be doing other things. I could be making myself a nice hot cup of soup. Something. But I'm here doing this for you guys right now. And every single week. And that's another thing I didn't want to have happen. For 148 straight weeks, I haven't missed one fucking episode. I was not going to let a fucking loss of my voice and a head cold ruin my streak. Fuck Charlotte's pay-per-view winning streak. Off the Script is where it's at. So I gave Rusty the opportunity. Now, whatever issue there was with Rusty on Joe's behalf, I don't know, nor do I fucking care. I don't care. Do you know why? Because It's my fucking channel. Plain and simple. I could have easily called Joe. And you know what? For everybody that wants to make a big fucking shit about it, Joe was my number one. Joe was my number one. When I woke up, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fucking text Joe and I'm going to have him do off the script for me. But I didn't do that. And you want to know why I didn't do that? Because I needed off the script immediately. As I was driving to my job to get my mother's ring, I needed it delivered immediately. So I delivered the ring to my dad, and before I even got home, Rusty had off the script waiting in my email. I knew it would get done in the time that I had allotted. And that's why I asked Rusty. I know Joe is busy with the kids, Joe's busy with Leah, Joe's busy on the weekends because he's busy being a fucking father. And I don't want to intrude and I don't want to bother him with my bullshit when he should be spending time with his fucking kids. Or spending time with his wife. I don't know whether he was out. I don't know whether he was out to brunch. I don't know whether he was doing something around the house. I didn't want to bother Joe. I didn't ask Joe for that simple reason. I didn't ask Joe to fuck Joe over. Joe's been on off the script before. Who gives a shit? I asked Rusty to do it. And you know the great thing about it? You know what I'm thinking about when I'm asking Rusty to do this? I'm saying to myself, Rusty's going to gain a couple hundred subs off this. I'm no big shit here. I'm no big shit in the YWC. You guys may think I am, but I'm not. I'm a fucking piece of shit. I'm a fucking peon. But I knew Rusty was going to gain at least something, and we pushed him over 11,000 subscribers. So to see Rusty grow made me feel good. When I reached out to Joe, you know, what you guys don't know is that I went to Joe. I was a bigger channel than Joe when I reached out to Joe. I was looking for a podcast partner. I wanted a partner in this wrestling community here on YouTube that I could confide in, that I could work with, that I could do a weekly thing with. I wanted a partner, a podcast partner. And everybody's giving me recommendations. You know what? The fucked up thing about it is, before I knew Sean was a fucking psychopathic fucking loon, I asked Sean's View Entertainment. That never got off the ground, and thank Christ it didn't. Nothing against him, but I don't think he would be the ideal partner for Off the Script, or an ideal partner for a podcast. So I went to Joe, who was significantly smaller than was, at least half my size, when I asked him to work with me. And you know what Joe said? He's skeptical about working with anybody in the YWC. Joe was skeptical of me. He didn't know me. And we got to know each other, and it was uncomfortable for the first couple of Skype sessions. And then, as we got to know each other, our personalities gelled. We realized that we're a lot similar than what, everybody is making it out to be. Oh, this is not going to work. We ended up being very, very good friends. And I owe a lot to Joe. And my main thing about it is I don't give a fuck who I'm working with. I don't give a shit if he's smaller. I'm not about fucking jealousy and envy and all this other fucking bullshit that you guys want to create drama over. Joe was smaller. I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm a little larger than you. You'll gain some of my subs. I'll gain some of your subs. It'll be a great working relationship. The fact that I was going to help Joe grow, and I was going to have him grow in exchange for his great voice, was all that I cared about. The main thing that attracted me to Joe was his voice. Joe has a great radio voice, and that's something I wanted to be on my channel. That's something I wanted to work with. Now, but you guys don't understand that. You guys don't know that part of the story, that I came to Joe, and that Joe was hesitant of me. He was skeptical of me. And then we created a great friendship. Joe is one of my very, very good friends here. I owe a lot to Joe. Joe made it possible for me to meet Matt Hardy the first time. Joe made it possible for me to open up my brand on Out of Nowhere. We could easily have Out of Nowhere on my channel every single fucking week because I'm the one with 70,000 subs. It would gain more of an audience. But you know what? I gave that up. I said, dude, I don't care. I don't care. Every out of nowhere video, Joe keeps the revenue. Joe keeps the revenue on every out of nowhere video. I take not one fucking dime, nor do I ask him for a dime. Whatever donations come filtering in during the week, we split it 50-50. That's it. As far as the revenue for the video, it's all his. And we do it on his channel because he's more in tune with what happens with XSplit and OBS and Skype and all this other shit. Something that I don't want to be bothered with. So I let Joe do it because he's better than me. Keep the revenue. But that's something you guys don't know. And you want to create drama. I owe a lot to Joe. Matt Hardy. Out of nowhere. Right? I let Joe keep all the revenue. I owe it to Joe to get me motivated to do commentary. Why do you think I reached out to House of Glory? They were looking for a new commentator. And now I'm sitting next to Matthew Ryan Shapiro, who is fucking great as a broadcast partner. If you guys want the second coming of Jim Cornette, this is the man. The work ethic that he puts in. The fact that he was nervous about sitting next to me, who had no experience doing the commentating thing, and at the end of the first event that I did, invited me back for their biggest show of the fucking year, means the world to me. And I owe Joe that for giving me the fucking, the drive to do what he does with Top Rope Promotions. Now I'm doing it with House of Glory. So before you want to fucking jump down everybody's throat and create drama that doesn't exist, Joe and I never had a fucking problem. Rusty and I never had a problem. I never fucked over Joe with Rusty being on Off the Script. Never. That was never my intention. My intention was to respect Joe enough to leave him alone on a Sunday, and my intention was to get Off the Script to you several hours before Roadblock went on the network. That was all I was concerned with. And what also I was concerned with was maintaining my voice so that I could give you a fucking review that would be at least somewhat decent at the end of the night. So before you jump down everybody's throat, before you want to fucking bitch and moan, JD's fucking over Joe. Joe and JD are breaking up. They're like Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels all over again. JD threw Joe Cronin through the barbershop window. Shut your fucking mouth. Seriously, shut your fucking mouth. I work with Rusty on GCW every fucking week. Rusty is a partner that I am working with. I don't give a shit what you people think. I asked Rusty to do it because I needed it done. I didn't fuck over Joe. Nor will I ever say anything bad about Joe. People have come to me wanting me to leave Joe. People have said repeatedly, each and every fucking week, I don't need Joe. You're so much better than Joe. You know what? I hear that and it falls on deaf ears. Because first and foremost, I am a friend. And I owe a lot to Joe. No matter how much negativity there might be, I owe a lot to Joe. And I would never put him in a position to fuck him over. So before you want to fucking start internet drama because your fucking life is a piece of shit, and because you have nothing better to do during Christmas season with 2 days left till Christmas, you want to start internet drama because your life is fucking pathetic. Pathetic. And then the cherry on top of the cake, Joe gets Sean's View on the channel. Joe gets Sean's View on Wednesday to do a fucking pre-recorded podcast. Nothing that was live. Joe asked me several times, you want to come on? Skype is fucking up, but we'll try to get you on. Joe asked me to be on. You know what I politely told him? Respectfully, dude, I am fucking dying. I was coughing. I'm still coughing. And I gotta be up at 5:45 to sit there with Sean's View Entertainment talking about God knows what. I wasn't interested in it. I'd rather get sleep. Then I got people telling me, JD needs to be replaced. Sean's View is a great replacement. JD was fucked over by Joe. All this other bullshit that I'm hearing. absolute fucking garbage. You look at that comment section on Joe's video, it is absolutely fucking cancerous. I got terminally ill looking at that comment section. How much negativity was thrown my way from these fucking keyboard warriors, you know? You still watch me at the end of the day. You know every fucking move I make before I even fucking think it. You closet fucking JD off the script fan. You want to fucking bitch and moan about what I do, but you're there every fucking upload. Every single upload. And no, JD is not being replaced with Sean's View. Joe is not replacing JD with Sean's View. I'll be back, and I don't know where we'll be there on Wednesday. There's nothing there that needs to be brought to light as far as drama goes. Nothing. I don't have a problem with Sean's View. I don't have a problem, never have, with Joe. So what is it? This was between Rusty and Joe. And you know what? Joe was a man, and he apologized to Rusty. Joe doesn't have to like Rusty. I stayed as far away from it as possible. Joe doesn't have to like Rusty at all. All I wanted them to do was come to a truce, and I wanted Joe to apologize, which he did. Joe felt betrayed. It was never about betraying anybody. Off the Script is my channel. Off the Script is my podcast on my channel. I asked Rusty to do it for the reasons I just gave you. Not to say that Joe's never going to be on Off the Script. Not to say that Joe's never going to co-host an Off the Script. Well, where's Off the Script going? Is it going to be canceled tomorrow? Seriously. Why would Joe not be on Off the Script? You gotta fucking think, you know? Use your fucking brain before you start spewing bullshit. Seriously, and that's my statement on all that shit. That needed to get out there. I was quiet on the whole fucking thing. That's exactly what happened. And that's exactly where I came from. So that's that. End it. There's no drama. There's no fucking conspiracies going on. There's nobody fucking anybody over. It's all my podcast and my channel. And I do what I want with it. Simple as that. You have no right to tell me what to do with my fucking podcast. If I want Rusty on it again, I'm going to have Rusty on it again. And if I want Joe on it, Joe, I told him 1,000 times over, he is welcome on my channel. He could fucking make a video of him taking a fucking dump, and I'll put it on Off the Script. I don't give a shit. Joe is welcome on my channel every single time, anytime he wants. But the reason I asked Rusty is for the reasons I gave you. I want to see Rusty grow because Rusty's good people. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He did a damn good job, and I was happy with it. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters to me. And you know what else matters to me? You know what else is the most important thing out of all this? Not 100% yet. Not 100% yet, but it is what it is. This is not only the #1 fucking podcast on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play Music. But this is the #1 fucking podcast in your subscription boxes. Right here. Probably gonna end up coughing with this one. On YouTube.com. My voice is fucked up, dude. This is Off the Script. I can't wait to have a fucking completely 100% functioning voice, man. Whoever got me sick, I swear to God, if anybody gets me sick again this winter, I'm gonna fucking completely annihilate them, man. You think what Negan did to those two fucking bums on episode 1 of this season was bad? That's exactly what's gonna happen to the fucking next person that gets me sick. Anyway, man, Off the Script. Thank you guys so much for joining me this weekend. I got a ton of shit to go over, and one of the most important things we're gonna do today is I have Pro Wrestling Crate. I just opened the top before I hit record. Don't know what's in here. We're going to open this. We're going to unbox this right now. I'm going to get you guys a coupon code where you can save yourself some money on Pro Wrestling Crate from Pro Wrestling Tees. So we're going to do that in a little bit. But I want to go over the simple stuff first. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. I'm on Twitter all day long, man. It's the best way to keep up to date on what I do with this channel. And if you guys want to tweet with me during Raw, SmackDown, not every week with NXT and Lucha Underground when I'm feeling it, but pay-per-views, Twitter is the best place, man. At JD from NY206. And if you guys got t-shirts, man, please tweet with me. I will always retweet. As long as I see it and my Twitter's not fucking blowing up like it was the last couple of days, I will always retweet you guys if you get a t-shirt and you want to post a picture on Twitter. Speaking of the t-shirts, JD's Negan is one of the hottest sellers on Barbershop Window. Dana Brooke, Get Off My TV, version 5, one of the hottest sellers on Barbershop Window. If you guys want JD's merchandise for this very podcast, the official partner of Off the Script, that is barbershopwindow.com. All you got to do is go to barbershopwindow.com, type in Off the Script in the search bar. It'll take you right to my online shop. JD is Negan, Dana Brooke, Roman Reigns, Eva Marie, The Big Show, Goon City. They're all there, man. $19.99. They ship worldwide. And no matter where you are, you can get your JD merchandise, man. Especially if you're going to the Rumble, if you're going to NXT TakeOver San Antonio, get your merchandise today, man. That's barbershopwindow.com. It's also a great way to support the podcast. Every t-shirt counts towards the growth of this channel. If you guys don't want to do that, if you guys want to pledge and you guys want to donate in another way, man, patreon.com. That is the best way to support this podcast directly monthly. That's patreon.com/JD from NY206. I am in a rebuilding phase with Patreon. I got a box of 40 fucking t-shirts out there for you guys. I'm going to be sending them out after the holidays. It's sitting right in my living room, man. I got all your t-shirts ready to go. Everybody that's pledged, I got them ready to go. I'm going to box them up, pack them up, and send them out to everybody that needed a t-shirt that's pledged to the Patreon account. Like I said, I'm going to do that after the holidays. But go on there, man. Read the mission statement. Read why I'm here, why I'm doing this, what I'm about, and where I want to take this channel into the future, and why I want to take over the world, not only for pro wrestling here on YouTube, but in the podcasting world as well, man. I'm growing my brand, and it's all thanks to you guys. That's patreon.com/JD from NY206. And as a Patreon exclusive, I'm going to try and do it this Sunday. I keep forgetting, and I've been sick, and a bunch of bullshit's been going on. And Rusty was on the channel on Sunday. I didn't get to do it on Sunday. But this Sunday, we're going to answer some Patreon questions right here on Off the Script. That is a Patreon-only exclusive Q&A right here on Off the Script on Sunday with Patreons right here on Off the Script. So patreon.com/JD from NY if you guys want to go and pledge the podcast and donate to the podcast directly. That's another thing I want to talk about here is Loot Crate. I'm getting my Loot Crate, and that's coming. I got the tracking number and everything. I did not get my Wrestle Crate. I don't know if you guys are subscribed to Wrestle Crate. I did not get my Wrestle Crate for November. So I don't know what's going on with that. So by default, with the Battle of the Crates, it looks like Loot Crate's going to tie up Wrestle Crate here on Off the Script. But my Loot Crate is coming, and I should have that next week. But if you guys want to go check that out, that's WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate. We're going to do an unboxing next week right here on Off the Script. And if you guys want to save some money on that, use the code JD from NY at checkout. It is a bi-monthly subscription, so you're going to get one, and then you're going to skip a month, and then it's every other month you're going to get a crate. So if you want to save some money and check that out, JD from NY on Loot Crate, and I provide the link down below. Just go to the link that I provide down below in the description and use that coupon code at checkout. Wrestle Crate, we're still partnering with Wrestle Crate. I don't know what happened to it, but if you guys want to save money on Wrestle Crate, use the code JD sent me for an instant 10% off on that, and that's WrestleCrate.com and on Twitter at WrestleCrate. So hopefully we get the December crate come January, but I don't know what's going on with that. But like I said, the Battle of the Crates, it looks like Loot Crate is going to tie Wrestle Crate 1-1 because I did not get my Wrestle Crate for November. Also, guys, quickly, WrestleRumble.com is having a Royal Rumble pick'em. It's going to be huge. Okay, I want to get the word out there. Keep an eye on WrestleRumble.com. Archive it, whether you guys got Google Chrome or Firefox. Bookmark it, WrestleRumble.com. We will be doing a pick'em for the Royal Rumble, and it is, I'll tell you this right now, it is the toughest pick'em of the year because the Rumble is unpredictable. You don't know what the fuck is going to happen in the Rumble. You don't know who's going to come out at which number. It is unpredictable chaos, man. And Wrestle Rumble is going to take that, and they're going to make it into a fucking blast all weekend, man. So make sure you guys keep an eye on WrestleRumble.com for the Royal Rumble Pick'em. All right, so that's coming very, very soon as we head towards San Antonio and the Alamo Dome at the Royal Rumble. So that's pretty much all that, guys. Thank you for all that. We're going to unbox the Pro Wrestling Crate, and then we're going to get right into the news. But before I do the Pro Wrestling Crate, man, I want to show you this. I'm going to take about 3 minutes of your time. I'm going to show you this. After what I show you, I want you to go to House of Glory's YouTube page. I provided a link down below, okay? They constantly upload their website, or upload to their website on YouTube with matches, free matches that you're not going to find anywhere else in their archive. What they've been doing is the show that I did, the first show that I did with Matthew Ryan Shapiro. We called Ricochet versus Anthony Gangone, who was the House of Glory World Champion. Ricochet was fighting to take that title back and become a two-time House of Glory champion. That is uploaded on the channel right now. And what I'm about to show you is a teaser for that match. So enjoy it, and then as soon as that's over, I'll give you guys the instructions on where to go for House of Glory, and then we'll open Pro Wrestling Crate, and then we'll get into Off the Script. So I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Ricochet fights out of that. European uppercut. Stuns Gangone. The ropes holding him up. Huge lariat that turns Ricochet inside out. Going for the cover. 2 count. Apparently Juba has a problem with the referee.
As he should. Louis Zeno Jr. is a coward and a fraud. He cheats. He bets on horse races. I saw him shoot a horse once.
Oh, well, that I don't agree with. Irish whip now. Reverse. Gangone. Ricochet hits hard. Roll through. Ricochet with a standing missile drop kick. Gangone is down. Ricochet trying to feed off this crowd.
And now,
Both men back up. Ricochet now. Running uppercut. Irish whip out of the corner. Can't go.
calling his shot to the challenger. On shaky ground.
Ricochet with a beautiful crossbody off the top, too, and almost a 3 count. Almost had a new champ, Shapiro.
Almost did, but almost isn't good enough.
Gangone's in trouble. Ricochet now setting him up. Suplex. Attempt blocked. Gangone with those elbows to the back of the head. Sunset flip. Misses that enziguri. Gangone now. Look at that!
Pop-up deadlift!
Follows up. Oh my God!
Crusher!
If you guys enjoyed that, that's Anthony Gangone of House of Glory. He's the House of Glory World Champion against Ricochet. That was at the Elks Lodge earlier in December at their Student Showcase number 2. If you guys want the full match, it's on House of Glory's YouTube page. All you got to do is search House of Glory Wrestling right here on YouTube.com. There's going to be another match with me on there as well, and you could check out all the other great superstars that are within House of Glory on their YouTube page. Great shit coming up, and like I said, man, I'm gonna be a big part of that, man. I'm very, very excited to where the future takes me, and I'm very excited about what House of Glory is doing. Definitely going into 2017. But thank you guys for that. We are gonna open Pro Wrestling Crate, and this month's crate is Stables. Look at that, Stables. Spoiler alert: the other side of this card contains the contents of this crate. I did not look at it, motherfucker. I did not look at it at all. What do we got in here? Let me position myself better. What do we got in here, man? Oh, what is this? Japan to the USA. It's got A Biohazard logo on there. Don't know what the fuck that is. Who the fuck is that? I can't tell. Let me see. I gotta use the cheat sheet. Who is this? Toxic Worldwide. Biz Cliz t-shirt. Don't know who he is, but it looks fucking awesome. So we got a Biz Cliz t-shirt. Toxic Worldwide. Toxic Worldwide. Fucking most of fucking YouTube is Toxic Worldwide. What do we got here? Wolfpack for life. Don't turn your back on the Wolfpack. Hall, Nash, and Waltman. Look at that. Too sweet, motherfucker. Too sweet. Right there, Pro Wrestling Crate. Wolfpack for life. Obviously, Stables. There you go. We got a red one here. Oh, really? Oh, my goodness. I don't like this color. But I can't. Raven's Flock. This is definitely Raven's Flock. Yep. Raven's Nest. Raven's Nest, Raven's Flock, whatever the case may be. It's pretty cool, man. I don't like the color. I prefer black, but it is what it is. I'll probably wear it around the house. And, oh, there was only 3 shirts. I don't know what this... Oh, BWO bandana. Now I just got to know how to fucking make one of these. BWO. Look at it. The blue meanie. BWO of ECW fame. The $1 Million Corporation. What is this? A fucking marker? Could I be? Could I? Oh, look, they gave me a marker. I could be writing people off with this shit. It's fucking aroma, man. $1 Million Corporation. It's like one of them fucking boards. Look there. There you go. Look at that. It's one of them dry erase boards, man. $1 Million Corporation. And it's a magnet. It hangs on the back of the refrigerator, too. So look at that. That's pretty sweet, man. You know? You can make a list. Whether you fucking want to put groceries on here. You got to fuck your wife later tonight. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever the case may be. What is this? Theme music? Is this theme music? No, it's matches. We got a DVD here. Wrestling Stables. What do we got here? AJ Styles versus Tommy End. We got Mid-South. Morris Mayhem 2002. CM Punk with the Second City Saints versus Eddie Guerrero of the Latino World Order. 5 ever. $5 heavyweight title match. Freight Train versus Big Donnie with Colt Cabana on commentary. He was in the Second City Saints as well. AJ Styles versus Tommy End. War Games match. Team Revolt. Jake Manning. Caleb Conley. Zane Riley. And the Bravado Brothers, which we seen, I believe, on the fucking Apocalypto with Matt Hardy. Versus Team Experience, John Schuyler, Adam Page, Corey Hollis, Gunner, and C.W. Anderson. There you go. So that's all the match listings there. Wrestling Stables, Pro Wrestling Crate, DVD. You're bored, you want to fucking sit at your desk and listen to some commentary, there you go. What else do we got here? Ooh, what is this? What the fuck is this? The Godfather's train whistle. How the fuck does this work? I would say it the way he does, but I can't with my fucking throat. All aboard the hoe train, motherfucker. What the fuck is this? Ghost bed? Ooh, what is this? Ghost Bed 316 says, I just whipped your insomnia. Oh my god, I wish that was the fucking catchphrase for Monday Night Raw. Ghost Bed 316 says, I just whipped your insomnia. Too bad when we watch Monday Night Raw, we're fucking asleep after the first half an hour anyway. Look at this. Claim your 2 free ghost pillows when you buy a Ghost Bed. The world's most advanced real-time cooling pillow. $170 instant savings, promo code GB316. Free shipping, 20-year warranty, 100% money-back guarantee, 101 night risk-free and home sleep trial, 100% made in the United States. I need a new bed. I might check this out, man. That's good shit right there. Ghost Bed. Look at it. What do we got? How many of these fucking magnets I got? Southern Boys. Tracy Smothers. Who gives a shit? It's a fucking card. Tracy Smothers. What do we got here? Look at this. The Heenan family. Another fucking exclusive pin by Pro Wrestling Crate. Exclusive collector's pin of Bobby the Brain. One of the best of all time. And what do we got here? Pro Wrestling Crate. Every customer gets 10% off. Every customer gets 10% off. And I will leave all that information down for you guys in the description. If you guys want Pro Wrestling Crate, 10% off your order. All you got to do is just go down to the description. If you guys enjoyed what you see, please check it out, man. These guys are fucking awesome. From Pro Wrestling Tees, the best. The absolute best. Can't do it. Whatever the fuck. Whatever, man. The best fucking t-shirts money can buy. If you guys want, ProWrestlingTees.com, Barbershop Window, 1 Hour Tees, they're all affiliated. The best fucking t-shirts money can buy if you guys want Pro Wrestling t-shirts. So thank you guys for that. Now, let's upset some fucking people. I don't think anybody's going to be happy with this at all. I know I'm not. I read the article before I actually fucking hit record. I know I'm not. Real reason why WWE wants Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman for WrestleMania 33. It looks like that's what we're getting, folks. Whether it's for the U.S. title or, at this point, I don't think Kevin Owens is walking out of the Royal Rumble with the Universal Championship. I think right now it's nothing but inevitability that Roman Reigns is going to be the Universal Champion coming out of the Royal Rumble. Braun Strowman is becoming a huge star for WWE, finally. Doing a damn good job with him, and I'll agree. You know, I didn't like him. He's on the fucking t-shirt. But Braun Strowman, you know, for the past couple of weeks, has been the best part of Monday Night Raw. Gotta give it to him. Vince McMahon has been high on him since his debut last year as the black sheep of the Wyatt family. His size, strength, and in-ring presence make him an immediately threat to anyone on the WWE roster, as well as it should. It wasn't until the WWE draft and the brand split that he was given a chance to reach his potential as a monster heel. And that is quickly elevating him to the top of the WWE on Monday Night Raw. If there's one success story on Monday Night Raw from this draft, it is easily, without question, Braun Strowman. No question. If you need to look at Monday Night Raw and see the overwhelming positives from the draft, what does it produce from the draft? Braun Strowman, believe it or not, is at the top of that list. Seriously. And I'm not afraid to admit that because he is much better than what was originally led on to believe. He's much better than being in the Wyatt family, and he's proving that. And I'm glad he's taking this opportunity and he's making the most with it. Over the past several months, Strowman has gone from having squash matches to working with WWE's best performers. It's impressive, but it also goes to show how fast WWE officials will push someone with natural strength and imposing presence the way Braun Strowman does. Now WrestleMania season is around the corner and WWE has huge plans for Braun Strowman on the grandest stage of them all for the second straight year. Before WrestleMania 32, potential matches with Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker were heavily rumored for Braun Strowman. There were some conflicting reasons why WWE canceled a match for Braun for that event, but those matches were never given the green light and WWE Creative made other plans for the show. This year, WWE officials are planning on booking Strowman versus Roman Reigns, and it looks like it will happen. Strowman clearly last year was not in the right place to be put with Brock Lesnar or The Undertaker. Not saying that he will never reach that plateau, but last year, those rumors, thank God they only ended up as rumors. I don't know who circulated that or who started that, but that would have been, on both accounts, failures. Now you look at Braun Strowman, and it's coming to the realization that, you know, a Lesnar or an Undertaker might not be too far off. If The Undertaker could still go, you know, we might see Braun Strowman versus The Undertaker. Lesnar's got another year. Who knows? We might see Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar this year. And to be honest with you, the way Braun Strowman's being built up, that's becoming a very intriguing thought with Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. During this week's edition of Raw, Strowman interfered during the main event and left both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins laying in the ring as Raw went off the air. There are many different ways for WWE to build the story from there, but it's clear this would be the first step in the feud between Braun and Roman if the rumors were true. The question is now, will WWE build their feud heading into the Royal Rumble? As of this writing, Braun Strowman doesn't have a match heading into the event, while Roman Reigns is challenging, again, Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship with Chris Jericho hanging in a shark cage. And there is a lot of speculation that he will win the title at the Royal Rumble. Since he is already holding the United States Championship, a lot of people are wondering how Reigns will be booked on the road to WrestleMania if he's holding 2 titles. According to a report, Braun Strowman and John Cena are 2 of the most likely candidates to win the Royal Rumble at the end of January. If Roman captures the Universal title from Owens at the Royal Rumble, the belief is Braun Strowman will win the Royal Rumble match and challenge Roman for the Universal title at WrestleMania. However, will he leave Orlando as the Universal Champion? Well, to guys and to everybody like me and you, to guys like you watching, yes, he should leave WrestleMania. He should leave Orlando with the Universal Championship. Why at this rate, why at this point would you have Braun Strowman lose clean? Why would you have Braun Strowman pinned? Makes no fucking sense. WWE has something special here. Braun Strowman has not been pinned since the brand split. Keep it that way. Why would you ruin something like that? It makes no sense. You gotta think long term here. Not everybody's a Braun Strowman fan, but the more he continues to do what he does on Monday Night Raw, quickly, more and more people will become fans. I mean, look at me. It was at the point where Braun Strowman was clearly get off my TV. Now, I welcome Braun Strowman on my television. I actually regret putting him on the fucking t-shirt because he doesn't deserve that. The work that he's doing has been great. Maybe I'll redo the t-shirt. I don't know. But Braun Strowman, if this is indeed true, clearly needs to walk out of WrestleMania with the Universal Championship. Then at that point, you have a whole nother story. You have a giant of a man, an unbeatable fucking force, carrying the most important title, should be, not with the WWE and Monday Night Raw. The Women's Championship is the number 1 title on Raw, but really, the Universal Championship is the number 1 title on Raw. Who's going to beat that guy? Who's going to take him down? That's a whole nother story, a whole nother bag of worms that you can have fun with. WWE needs to do the right thing here. Forget Roman. That ship has fucking sailed. It's fucking way out in the distance. For all we know, that motherfucker's at the bottom of the ocean. Fuck him. Roman is not where WWE's priorities should lie. No way. This guy is United States Champion. Book him with the United States Championship. Make that the most important aspect of what Roman Reigns is. Roman Reigns is so great, right? Roman Reigns, these fucking casuals, is so great. If he's so great, why isn't he making the United States Championship look important? Usually it's a 50-50 relationship. You know, the title gets the guy over, and the guy gets the title over. What happened? Roman Reigns is 100% all over that relationship. The United States title is nothing but a fucking prop. He's carrying it like a fucking backpack as he's walking a fucking homeroom freshman year in high school. Seriously. Thinking that all the girls are gonna fucking, oh my god, Roman! Hey, Roman! You know? You got the fucking, the class whore waiting by the lockers, thinking she's cool shit, right? The fucking school slut. Hey, Roman! Carrying that belt around his fucking back. You don't even wear it around his waist like a proper champion. Who the fuck are you? You've been blessed with the United States Championship and you treat it like utter trash. Really, WWE? Really? I know what I would do with the United States Championship. Take it off of him. Vacate it. As soon as that title is vacated, its stock rises. Get it on somebody. I don't know. Sami Zayn could use the United States Championship. I was going to say the Universal Championship. He could use that too. I think he's fully deserving of that. But get it on somebody that's going to use it. They got no mid-card anyway. You know? Maybe one of the New Day guys breaks out. Maybe Big E. Big E could be a singles guy. Kofi could be a singles guy, right? You know? Maybe give it to, I don't know. Have fun with it. Give it to Carl Anderson. Somebody. Somebody needs that belt besides Roman. Needs to happen. Because if you're going to have him in the Universal Championship match, I don't want to see him carrying around 2 titles. That would be absolutely fucking embarrassing. And goes to show you, WWE creatively is lost. Absolutely lost. But listen to this. Listen to this. It's been reported that there is a specific reason why WWE wants to book Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman for WrestleMania 33. Unfortunately, it doesn't have to do much with Braun Strowman's long-term potential as a star for WWE. Are you fucking serious? Let me reread that to you, in case it went right over your head. Why does WWE want Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman? It doesn't have anything to do with Braun Strowman's long-term potential as a star for WWE. Listen to this. Instead, it has to do with WWE thinking outside the box again to get Roman over as a babyface with the WWE Universe. So, again, another case of WWE building somebody correctly. Just like they did with Rusev. He was undefeated. What happened? They fed him to John Cena. They gave all of that momentum to John Cena. John Cena sucked the wins right out from underneath Rusev's sails. And now they're going to do it again. But this time, with Braun Strowman being fed to Roman Reigns? I mean, if Roman Reigns couldn't get over with Daniel Bryan, if he couldn't get over with The Rock, if he couldn't get over with Vince McMahon, if he couldn't get over by devouring the League of Nations, if he couldn't get over by beating Triple H, who went into their match as a babyface, it's a failure. It is an absolute failure. So why would you risk Braun Strowman and everything that he has accumulated right now for Roman Reigns? You gotta give it up. You gotta give it up. WWE is so keen on finding the next John Cena. You know, it's staring them right in the face. There is no John Cena after John Cena. You had him, but against his own will, due to injuries. You know, Daniel Bryan cannot wrestle. Daniel Bryan was that man. Roman Reigns is not. What did Natty say on SmackDown? My cats have more charisma than you, Nikki, bitch. Yeah, same thing could be said about Roman Reigns. Natty's cats have more charisma than Roman Reigns. Anything has more charisma than Roman Reigns. This is an absolute fucking joke. And listen to this. This is what Dave Meltzer said. This is what Dave Meltzer says. It's Roman Reigns versus the Big Giant. Why do you think they did Roman Reigns versus Big Show all those times? That's how you get a babyface over. He's got to beat a big giant. It's Vince McMahon 101. It didn't work the first time with Big Show, and he did it 55 more times. It doesn't matter if it didn't work. Vince thinks it will work. End quote. And that is from the mouth of Dave Meltzer. Do you believe this shit? I don't believe what I'm reading to you people. Apparently Vince McMahon is behind this idea of making Braun Strowman look unbeatable just for Roman Reigns to overcome him at WrestleMania. Oh my God. It's a good story, says Meltzer. But that may not be enough for the WWE Universe to finally get behind Roman Reigns the way that WWE would want. The big issue is the short-term booking and the possible waste of Strowman's potential. Hopefully WWE gets the result that they want. If Strowman loses clean to Roman Reigns, he is fucked. There is absolutely no coming back from that. None. This is something, and it sucks that it happens during the brand split, because if they did this when they were under one umbrella and they were under a full roster without split rosters, Braun Strowman's potential would skyrocket immensely. I feel like the brand split is holding back the potential of Braun Strowman. He could be running through guys left and right. Seriously. He could be running through guys left and right. But if everything that you've put into this, all those weeks of getting enhancement talents, now with Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman looking like he might win the Royal... There's 3 top guys that could potentially win the... Four, I would say 4 top guys that would potentially win the Royal Rumble. And I went over this already. SmackDown has the Elimination Chamber. That's exclusive to them. There's no Raw there. So the Rumble is going to be a Raw superstar. And no, goons, this is not one of those old brand split initiative things where, well, what if a SmackDown guy wins it? He could challenge for the Universal title. No. If you are a SmackDown man and you win the Royal Rumble, you challenge for the WWE Championship. If you are a Raw superstar, you challenge for the Universal Championship. You challenge for the title that is on your brand. You don't go to another brand and challenge for their championship. And being that WWE has already announced the Elimination Chamber will be SmackDown exclusive, it opens up Pandora's box for the Royal Rumble. Predictability is leaking itself into the Royal Rumble, which I don't like. So that leaves, thank God, not Roman Reigns. Roman will not be in the Royal Rumble. That leaves Braun Strowman, who probably right now is the odds-on favorite. Chris Jericho, which I don't think that's going to happen. If Kevin Owens beats Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, then Jericho has a strong chance of winning the Royal Rumble. And we see that match at WrestleMania. But I don't think WWE's going to go that route because after WrestleMania, Jericho is done. There's no reason for Jericho to be challenging for a Universal Championship if he's not going to win. And I don't think WWE wants Kevin Owens to hold on to the title that long. They want their man holding the title going into WrestleMania. So right now, Jericho is in the list of potential winners, but he's not an odds-on favorite by any means. It's possible, but it all depends on what happens with Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble. Finn Balor. Finn Balor is always a possibility because we always know that monumental comebacks, the big comebacks always happen for the Royal Rumble, and that could work as well. We could get a Reigns versus Balor. We could get an Owens versus Balor, So that's always a possibility. I don't think that's on the list right now, but it's there. And last but not least, certainly not least, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn can win the Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn could win the Royal Rumble and go on to fight Kevin Owens. But again, that's highly unlikely, but I would put him in discussion. All depends on what happens with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. If Kevin Owens wins the Universal Championship match and retains the title and has the title going into WrestleMania, I could see Sami Zayn winning it. I could see Finn Balor winning it. I could see Chris Jericho winning it. But if Roman Reigns wins the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble, no doubt in my mind, we're getting a Braun Strowman 2017 Royal Rumble celebration. It's just the way it is. But for them to feed Braun Strowman to Roman Reigns, that would be on the list of one of the worst decisions that WWE has ever made, especially with this 4-year disastrous reign of Roman Reigns. Awful. That's not how you do it. Braun Strowman is a guy that should be undefeated for a very long time. You don't build these guys up for 6 months and you have them oozing with fucking top-notch potential to only feed them to Roman Reigns, which in turn will only turn around and be a fucking failure because nobody is going to fucking get on Roman Reigns' side. They will be on Braun Strowman's side. You're going to have Braun Strowman going into WrestleMania against Roman Reigns? You think Braun Strowman's going to be fucking booed? Are you fucking out of your mind? Braun Strowman's going to be the babyface going into all this. People at WrestleMania are going to be waiting for Braun Strowman to rip Roman Reigns to shreds. How is it going to work? It hasn't worked the last 6 times. Now it's going to work? Clueless. Somebody needs to talk to Vince McMahon and say, you know what, Vince, enough is enough. It's time for a change. Owen Hart, stop it with the Roman Reigns bullshit. Stop it with the Roman Reigns pandering. Get off this fucking high horse. Get off his jock. Move on and do what needs to be done. Braun Strowman cannot lose clean to Roman Reigns. He should not be losing clean to anybody, especially Roman Reigns. Speaking of Vince McMahon and more clueless decisions, which, again, I'm convinced that Roman Reigns, not Roman Reigns, fuck Roman Reigns. I'm convinced that Vince McMahon is of alien species. Seriously, I don't think Vince McMahon is normal. I don't. Vince McMahon came up with the Sasha Banks tapping out in the Iron Man match at Roadblock situation. 3 seconds. 3 fucking seconds. That's longer than Al Bundy lasted in sex with Peggy Bundy. 3 seconds. Are you kidding me? What was his reasoning behind this one? I would love to know. Monday Night Raw's Women's Championship match at Roadblock was one of the best matches of the night. Wasn't the best match of the year or the feud of the year at all. It's not the best women's feud ever either. Charlotte challenged Sasha Banks for the women's title. I don't want to drop names. I really don't. Charlotte challenged Sasha Banks for the women's title in 30 minutes in a 30-minute Iron Man match. However, the end really spoiled the match as Sasha was up on Charlotte and tapped out despite watching the clock tick down to only, it was 2 seconds. I've been going on and on for 3 seconds. It was 2 seconds. Charlotte then beat Sasha in sudden death overtime. By that time, the fans really stopped cheering and caring about the entire decision. Obviously, which had to affect the overall feeling of the match itself. According to Meltzer, the entire idea for this finish came from Vince McMahon. The sources indicate that Vince McMahon felt the fans would completely buy into the finish. Really now, Vince? You thought the fans would buy into the finish? Why would you think such a ridiculous notion like that? So, he believed, Vince, that the fans would count down the final seconds and then Sasha would have to tap out from the pain. McMahon reportedly believed this would be a huge moment to put the fans behind Sasha Banks, winning the match in overtime. No, I thought immediately, fuck this match. I thought immediately, Sasha's a loser. I thought immediately, this is making everybody feel like a complete fucking idiot. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, right? The fans were counting down. Sasha was in that hold. Sasha was in that fucking figure eight for over a minute and a half. Vince is trying to convince me that she couldn't hold on for 2 more seconds. Are you fucking serious? On what planet would you think that's a good ending? And the fucked up thing is, people are eating this shit up. People are drinking this Vince McMahon Kool-Aid. How could you be okay with that ending? Don't you realize that that ending makes you look like a fucking asshole? I mean, how am I the only one that sees that? Why am I the only one speaking out about that? I think the only one that's really mentioned that in passing in a review is Solomonster. I heard nobody else mention that. Nobody. 2 seconds? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when Bayley and Sasha had their Iron Man match, didn't Bayley tap out, or didn't Sasha tap out with like 30, 40, 50 seconds left on the clock? Something believable? But 2 seconds? Don't you think that makes Sasha look like a fucking idiot? Weak? Pathetic? Someone who's not worthy of the women's championship? I mean, for Christ's sakes, I said this on my review. The crowd was counting down with the timer. There's no way she didn't know how much time was left on that clock. But, according to Vince McMahon, that was his great idea. He really thought the fans would get behind it. No, the fans didn't get behind it, and they shit all over the fucking match because it was absolute sheer stupidity. Vince McMahon, listen, Vince McMahon has a resume that would fucking slay giants. The man has done so much good, but on the equal side, he's done bad. This was fucking terrible. How anybody could be okay with what we seen from that moment going into the overtime. How could you be okay with that? It ruined the entire match. And it made Sasha look like a fucking retard. She has not had one reign over 30 days. Not one reign. And WWE apparently is not fully behind Sasha Banks. Vince McMahon is worried about Sasha Banks, continues to be. Then why put the fucking title on her? Why? If your main objective here was to get Charlotte with a undefeated streak, coincidentally, by the time WrestleMania 33 comes, it would be a 16 pay-per-view winning streak. 16. Where the fuck does that number sound familiar? Ric Flair. So clearly, they had an agenda here that only revolved around Charlotte. Why did you even take the title off of her? If Sasha was going to end up being a loser in the end of all this, there's no way she deserved 3 fucking title reigns. If she was going to be a loser in the end of all this, like she is, she should have lost every fucking match. And the storyline should have been built around her inching closer and closer and closer and closer at every opportunity she got, but always fell in the end. That match should have been the fucking swan song for Sasha Banks. She should have came within a fucking cunt of beating Charlotte, but still fall in the end. At least making her look valiant. She would have ended up being a loser anyway, but she's no way deserving of 3 title reigns. You know what I think about when I look at Sasha Banks and her 3 title reigns? Loser! There's no way anyone in their right mind could talk about, in discussion, Sasha Banks being a great women's champion. She is a loser. A complete and utter fucking failure. And it's not even her fault. It's not even her fault. It's all WWE's doing. Because they don't believe it's Sasha. Their agenda was to get Charlotte to WrestleMania with 16 pay-per-view winning streak. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to put over the one that they had in mind all along. Bayley. While Sasha is doing off whatever. You know? Nia Jax, Emelina, whatever the fuck they got her doing. I don't know. This is pathetic. And if you're okay with that, if you found that to be enjoyable, if you thought that made sense, you're a fucking asshole. How could you back something so stupid? 2 seconds. Everybody, you can line up a fucking row of 1,000 fucking people. Would you hold on for 2 seconds to hold on to your championship, or would you tap with 2 seconds left? Was the pain that fucking bad in 2 seconds? How did you feel for the minute and a half that you were in the fucking hold? What was the difference between the minute and a half and the 2 seconds? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The fans at the arena clearly felt the same that I am, and like you are, after the tap out, and never got back into the match when it came into overtime. Jim Ross took to his blog this week and talked about how the fan reaction really hurt the match in the end. And I quote from Jim Ross, "I enjoyed the match, but how the finish was executed was perplexing to me, unless it was going to lead to a persona change for either woman. The live audience arguably harmed this match more than any on the card, considering the stipulation and positioning on the card." Jim Ross also stated that it was probably for the best that this match was not the main event of the show. With Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins ending the show by putting Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens through tables, the fans left happy. Fans were not happy after Hell in a Cell and the Iron Man match between Sasha and Charlotte. For Sasha, and they did not leave happy after either of them. It will also be hard for Sasha to recapture her heat after this match. The WWE took a smart step on Monday Night Raw when they had Sasha Banks come out with her leg taped and on crutches. But she didn't come out on crutches after Hell in a Cell, right? She took the week off and then came right back the next week. Really? I mean, if you're going into Hell in a Cell and you're fighting for 25 minutes inside Hell in a Cell, I mean, you should at least be showing injuries and wounds for a couple of weeks. She came back, nothing. But one Iron Man match with one shitty ending, she comes out on a crutch, coming out with bandages. Give me a fucking break. This women's division and women's revolution is nothing but a fucking farce. How can you call it a revolution when it's two women? How could you call it a division when it's two women? How could you call anything the greatest of all time when it's two fucking women with bullshit to back it up? If Hell in a Cell and the fucking propaganda that went into it, if Iron Man match at Roadblock and the fucking ridiculous ending that made everybody look like a fucking asshole was not enough, I can't help you. Stupidity is contagious. Please, don't spread it and don't give it to anybody else. Stay home, stay away, and shut your fucking mouth. It also helps that they are putting Sasha in a feud with Nia Jax. Finally, a woman who I've wanted to see grow cannot, because she's hanging by catering with the rest of the fucking cruiserweights and Mark Henry. If the WWE really wants to keep Sasha Banks as a face, having her face a monster like Nia Jax will help to put her back on top. The injury angle and Nia Jax trying to take advantage of this is a great storyline, but Sasha has a long way to go in order to reclaim her standing in the WWE. There you go. You guys know how I feel about that. But Sasha and Charlotte, some of the most overrated garbage you will hear in WWE. Over fucking rated. Big E even made a mention of it on Monday Night Raw, which was edited out of the Raw Hulu version. That's how much WWE is protecting this fucking farce. They're protecting... Charlotte is nothing but the Roman Reigns of the women's division. That's all it is. At this point, to me, Charlotte is a great fucking athlete. But the way WWE is booking her and the way she's coming off on television, you don't see all that. All I see is get off my TV heat. Like, I don't want to see her. That's how bad WWE's fucked this up. She may be the queen to some, but to me, it's nothing but a fucking joke. Speaking of Sasha Banks, listen to this. Vince McMahon wants Bayley to be WWE's top female babyface after WrestleMania 33. He's not a big fan of Sasha Banks at all. Sasha Banks versus Charlotte will go down as one of the most important rivalries in WWE history. Quote unquote. Not coming from me at all. The Boss and the Queen have been feuding for roughly the entire year and have been at war over the Women's Championship for the past 6 months. Together, the two women have traded the title back and forth a handful of times, made WWE history. If you consider that a history, sorry. And brought women's wrestling to a new level. Roadblock, we've seen the 30-minute Iron Man match. That was the rubber match for their rivalry. It's over, okay? Sasha Banks is selling the effects now of the Iron Man match with an injured leg. She will also transition into a feud with Nia Jax and will be leaving the title scene for a while. It will be a tough pill to swallow for Sasha Banks, but she's established herself as one of the best WWE superstars. Having said that, not everyone is impressed with her body of work. In particular, one man isn't a fan of Banks, and this could be a problem. And this has been a story that's been reported several times. So the fact that it's being reported more than once kind of lends itself to being true. Now, according to new reports, Vince McMahon may not be the biggest fan of Sasha Banks. Many people will read that and misunderstand. Obviously, Vince sees Sasha as a big star in the WWE and as a fan favorite in the WWE universe. There is no question that she is a top babyface in the division. However, he has some major concerns about her that are causing him to hit the brakes and favor Charlotte heading into 2017. Meltzer was discussing Vince McMahon's feelings about Sasha Banks on his radio show and revealed that Sasha is getting a longer run, or Sasha getting a longer run with the Women's Championship is not likely. Over the past few months, Sasha has become a 3-time Women's Champion, undeservedly so, by the way. And she didn't have a successful title defense against Charlotte. A lot of the reasoning behind that is McMahon does not trust her to hold the title for a long time. It's been reported that Vince McMahon views Sasha as injury prone, which has really hurt her stock with Vince and some other WWE officials. Gotta be him. There's nobody else. Fucking asshole. Kevin Dunn. Because Kevin Dunn doesn't agree, right? Vince McMahon's gonna be like, you know what? You're right. Sasha Banks. Ooh, sorry. Fuck out of here, dude. Fuck you, Kevin Dunn. You fucking clueless fucking piece of shit. Go brush your teeth. Anybody got a fucking carrot for this fucking asshole so that he fucking stays away from production? Please. Tired of hearing this fucking guy's name. You know? You read the reports and you don't even hear his name directly, but you automatically know it's him. You know? It's fucking sickening. Get this guy away from the company. It's a fucking disease. So Vince thinks Sasha is injury prone. Her history of back problems is a huge red flag to them because they see putting the Women's Championship on her a risk. She's been hurt and injured far too often, but that's due to herself. These fucking high risks, these suicide dives that nearly fucking break her in half. I mean, really? You wanting to put her in a fucking Hell in a Cell? Really? This is why you put her in a position, right? You put her in these positions and then you expect it to have great outcomes. You expect fucking flowers and rainbows and sunshine on the other end. When Sasha is diving through the ropes unnecessarily, fucking tweaking her back in the process, when she's diving off the top rope, trying to fucking summon the spirit of Eddie Guerrero, I don't see that being a good thing, Vince. Tone the bitch down. Seriously. I mean, for the love of Christ, you know, we don't want to see Sasha Banks emulate Eddie Guerrero. All I want to see is Sasha Banks with a fucking decent title reign to the point where we could say, you know what? Her hard work and what she's done is deserved. You know what I say right now looking at Sasha Banks? Loser. That's all I see. It's Vince McMahon's fault. It's all Vince McMahon's fault. She's been hurt or injured far too often, and she will need to have back surgery eventually. Currently, Charlotte is hot and the better option right now. A lot of people will think Vince McMahon is just out to stop Sasha Banks from becoming the star she should be for WWE. Don't know why that would be. I mean, who the fuck would be thinking that? I don't know. Well, at this point, I don't even fucking know. But as a businessman, you know, I want to give Vince the benefit of the doubt that he would not do that to Sasha. I mean, she's beloved by everybody. From a standpoint, business-wise, it's logical for Vince and other officials to be concerned about her history of back issues. Maybe Kevin Dunn should be fucking concerned about his history of teeth issues. Don't worry about Sasha's back issues. You know? Frankly, it makes a lot of sense because there have been reports about Banks taking some heat from WWE officials. What, because she didn't dance in front of Kevin Dunn? You fucking clown. Banks taking some heat from WWE officials. Every time I mention WWE officials, I'm going to do the fucking Kevin Dunn, because you know it's him. Especially when you throw the word heat around. For things like ending, for things like the ending of the WWE Hell in a Cell match with Charlotte. Yeah, it's all Charlotte. It's all Sasha Banks' fault, right? Yeah, sure. A key thing to remember here is her age. She's only 24. She's already a 3-time women's champion. Undeservedly so, by the way. And a women's champion who's made history in WWE so far. Supposedly. Not to me, but to the other fucking half-witted goons out there. If she can stay healthy, the sky's the limit for her. In short term, Vince McMahon may be hesitant to give Sasha the ball and let her run with it, but her time will come eventually. In the short term, WWE officials still have big plans for her heading into 2017. Who gives a shit? Sasha is done from the title scene. It's over. Nia Jax is next on her plate. And we got Bayley and Charlotte, which was given away for free on Monday Night Raw. Again, I beg the question. Why do I care? Or why should I care? We already seen it 3 times. 3 times. Bayley's 3-0 over Charlotte. So, next time it happens again, why am I going to care? This division is a fucking failure. Seriously. And finally, I'm going to end with this here. Well, not finally. I mean, we're going to have more. But for you people listening on YouTube, this is the end. For those on iTunes and Podbean, this clearly is not the end. I'm going to continue going on. You know, this should be uploaded on Sunday on iTunes, by the way. Where the fuck am I, man? Where's my notes? Oh, Bayley. Here. McMahon wants Bayley. So, Bayley may have been the most relatable gimmick out of any WWE superstar on the WWE roster right now. Everybody loves Bayley. The little kids love Bayley. McMahon wants Bayley to be the top female performer, top babyface after WrestleMania 33. Throughout her run in NXT, she was the ultimate WWE fangirl who was just happy to be wrestling her heroes. The great evolution of her character was that over time, she's evolved into NXT's biggest babyface and became a top WWE superstar in her own right. First part of that is true. Second part of that, not yet. They've wasted her. She should have been down in NXT at least until right before Survivor Series. That should have been it. But WWE brought her up, and they had her sit by Mark Henry Catering on Monday Night Raw, doing nothing, while Sasha and Charlotte were fucking making us nauseated every single week. The WWE Universe relates to her so strongly because Bayley is like us. She is still a huge fan. After TakeOver Brooklyn 2 last year, this year, I should say, it took another year for Bayley to debut on WWE television. The WWE Universe ensured she was given a hero's welcome despite much of her momentum fading away after being in NXT longer than she should have been. Since her full transition to the WWE's main roster, she's been trying to stay busy and waiting in the wings for the feud with Sasha Banks and Charlotte to conclude. At Roadblock, their rivalry finally became a conclusion. It's over. It's ended. With Charlotte prevailing over Banks in the Iron Man match. The Queen is now a 4-time women's champion, and the rivalry between Bayley and Charlotte has begun going into 2017 and the Royal Rumble. WWE officials have big plans for their feud on the road to WrestleMania, which is all meant to build Bayley's stock in WWE. According to new reports, WWE officials have been holding off on the Bayley and Charlotte rivalry for a few months now. Apparently their feud was supposed to begin last month, but WWE wanted Bayley to have her first big title match during the Royal Rumble. The belief was that it would give her more momentum in a feud against Charlotte to have the match at a major pay-per-view rather than have it on their B shows. It was reported this week that Vince McMahon is not the biggest supporter of Sasha Banks. I just read that to you guys. WWE officials were not interested in the boss holding the Raw Women's Championship for a long period of time because of Sasha's history of back problems. However, they were glad to have her keep Charlotte busy through Roadblock, but the powers that be wanted Bayley vs. Charlotte at the Royal Rumble next month. The general feeling from the WWE officials is that Bayley has more momentum as a face than Banks does right now, which is why they want to build her as a foil to Charlotte and give her the Raw Women's title shot at the Royal Rumble. Apparently, Vince McMahon believes that Bayley will become WWE's top female babyface. That I do believe. I do agree with him on that. The expectation is that Bayley will eventually be the one to break Charlotte's undefeated pay-per-view record. There is no question that Bayley has a strong connection with the WWE Universe. What makes Bayley even more unique is that she also markets to young girls, which is a rarity in wrestling. Vince McMahon isn't the only one who sees potential for Bayley to become one of WWE's biggest babyfaces, both on the women's side and the men's side as well. Becoming the foil to Charlotte and eventually breaking her undefeated pay-per-view record will be a great launching point for her career, especially if WWE saves that momentum for WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. It has been rumored that WWE still wants to book Bayley versus Sasha Banks for WrestleMania because their history pretty much came out of Orlando and NXT, and it would create a big WrestleMania moment for both of them and everybody involved. Charlotte and Sasha made history and told great stories together, but WWE is looking to do the same with Bayley, and it'll catapult her into superstardom. The WWE fans would love to embrace Bayley in that role, and she'd be a great women's champion. This week's edition of Raw is just the beginning for Bayley. Definitely, I see that happening. You know, I wouldn't be, there's rumors going around. I got a report for this weekend's show that Sasha Banks, in the eyes of WWE officials, is going to be given a huge WrestleMania match. I would not be surprised if we see a triple threat. Honestly. But then again, how do you have Sasha Banks? You have Sasha Banks lose again? If WWE really wants Bayley to be the number one, you're going to put Sasha in another title match and have her lose again? you know, instead of, you know, maybe having fun with it. Maybe Sasha wins the title at WrestleMania in a triple threat. Maybe, you know, Bayley goes to embrace her for the WrestleMania moment and Sasha fucking turns heel right there at WrestleMania. We see the boss come back. And after WrestleMania, we have Bayley versus Sasha Banks. I think that would be a great idea. I would not be surprised if we see a triple threat match at WrestleMania. I don't see who else Sasha Banks could wrestle at WrestleMania unless they want to put her in an inter-promotional match with SmackDown. I don't know. Who else could it be? WWE's banking on Ronda Rousey to be at WrestleMania. There was rumors going around that Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey was going to happen at WrestleMania. You don't bank on that type of thing because she's still employed to UFC. She's still contracted to UFC. So you book with what you have now. If anything happens, then at that point, you resume talks with Ronda Rousey. But right now, it looks like we're seeing Charlotte and Bayley. But like I said, I would not be surprised if we see a triple threat match. I would love to see Sasha involved and that begin the feud with Bayley, get Charlotte out of the picture for a little bit, and Sasha turns heel. Something needs to be done to freshen up not only her character, but this division. And I think a heel turn would be great. Maybe she wins the title, she turns heel on Bayley, and we got that. She holds the title for a little bit, she runs through Bayley here and there, and then at SummerSlam, Bayley gets her opportunity. You don't need to give it to Bayley immediately. Have it happen at a big event. Have it happen in New York. You know? Have the rematch, and Bayley, again, relive history. Make history again. She did it at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Why not have it do it again 2 years later? I like that idea, man. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. But right now, looking like Bayley versus Charlotte right now for the Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble, which, again, will be predictable because Charlotte's undefeated at pay-per-views. There's no reason to believe why Bayley will beat Charlotte at the Royal Rumble. But we'll see what happens. Looking like WrestleMania is going to be the big moment for Bayley, according to this report. And that is everything, guys. That is Off the Script. Huge fucking episode today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, hit that thumbs up. Check out House of Glory. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys check out Barbershop Window for your t-shirts. Make sure you guys pledge if you can afford it. If you guys don't want to, it's never an obligation, man. But if you can afford it and you want to, Patreon. Pledge to the Patreon. Become a member of Team JD. WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate. Check out the link down below. WrestleCrate, WrestleCrate.com, and on Twitter, at WrestleCrates. WrestleRumble.com, coming back with Royal Rumble Pick'em. And again, please support House of Glory. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. We're trying to get them over 10,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys are on that train. It's going to be big things happening from House of Glory, and I want you guys to be a part of it, especially if I'm going to be working with them, man. So thank you guys for everything. I'm out. I'm going to relax. And that's Off the Script, man. Part 1 this weekend. If you enjoyed it, like I said, hit that thumbs up, and I'll be back on Saturday morning, Christmas Eve, with more WWE news and rumors right here on Off the Script. I'll talk to you guys later.